what's up? It's Rachel back with another video, and in today's video I am doing part 3 of my Colourpop collection. If you haven't checked out my previous videos, they are up. I have part 1 and part 2, but this should be my last part. This is the last drawer that I have to go over, and also the stuff that I had like on the side of my table, I just flopped it in here so we could go ahead and go over the rest. But I don't have any updates in this video, except if you guys are new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you'd like, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and you can also hit that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started with part 3. So this stuff was off to the sides because they don't fit, but I will go ahead and talk about this one first. These are the larger palettes from Colourpop, and this one is called Bare Necessities. So this is what the palette looks like. And then when you open it up, you have really pretty mattes and metallics. This is a really pretty neutral palette. You can do everyday looks with this, but you can also do glam looks with this as well. Super pretty. And I do really like the quality on these bigger palettes from Colourpop. I think these put me in mind of Morphe, but I've said it before here on my channel. This is just better quality than Morphe. So I highly recommend these if you're in the market for one of these bigger palettes. I just think Colourpop does it better than Morphe. So this is the first one that I have. Again, this one is called Bare Necessities. The next one I have here is the Your Golden palette. Again, it is another one of the bigger palettes. And this is what it looks like. It has mattes and metallics. And this is a really pretty summer palette in my opinion. So this is Your Golden. The next one I have here is the Smokin Roses palette, and I'm pretty sure that this is a dupe for one of the Natasha Denona palettes. If I'm not mistaken, it's the newish retro palette, but this is what it looks like on the inside. A lot of those pinky, plummy, purple tones. It puts me in mind of some Huda palettes that I have. Really, really pretty, and if you're into this color story, I feel like this is the way to go because you get so many options, and they're not repetitive whatsoever, I don't feel like, and the quality is definitely there. So again, this one is called Smokin Roses. The next one I have here is the Stone Cold Fox palette, and this one is a dupe for a couple of things in my opinion. So this is a very cool tone palette. I feel like this is a dupe for the Jeffree Star, the cremated palette. It just hit me, but it's a dupe for that, and it's also a dupe for the Glam palette from Natasha Denona in my opinion. Really pretty cool tones. It has mattes and metallics, and I think this is just a really pretty color story. And not only that, I'm just so into cool tones. I feel like everybody's about cool tones now, but really, really pretty. The next one of the bigger palettes that I have is called Play It Jewel, and this one is much more colorful than the others that I have shown you guys. This one does have mattes and metallics, and it's just really pretty jewel tones. Really, really pretty. And I'm pretty positive this is the last bigger palette that I had to show you guys. This one's called It's a Mood. This one is really, really popular. It is a much more colorful palette. It does have some pressed glitters in there as well. And it does have mattes and metallics. So this is what It's a Mood looks like. This is probably my favorite. I don't know. I have so many favorites from Colourpop. I talk about that all the time here on my channel. Colourpop is just like one of my favorite brands besides NARS. But this is what It's a Mood looks like. I highly recommend this one if you really are into color. I feel like this is a wearable color story though, even though it is really bright and fun. You have a lot of mattes that just back everything up. Really, really pretty, and again, highly recommend this palette. We will continue to go on with what is in here. So if you watched my previous Colourpop collection videos, the last 2 parts that I filmed, I do have this palette already. I showed it in one, but I actually have another one. So I won't go into detail with this because I have already showed it. If you want to see it, go check out part 1 or part 2. I don't remember which part it was in, but I accidentally ordered another one of these, so I have 2 of these. I can't pronounce this palette, but this one is one of the holiday palettes from a couple of years ago. And I do have the other one. I think I've already showed it in one of my collection videos, but this palette is really pretty. It has really pretty greens in it, and it does have a pressed glitter in there, but it has mattes and metallics in there as well. It will blind you guys because it has like that gold reflect packaging in the background of it, but really, really pretty. The next one I have here is an older palette from Colourpop. This one is called the Mar palette, and this one has a lot of blues. This is a really pretty summer palette. I'm pretty sure they don't make this palette anymore from Colourpop. I know at one point they had redone the packaging, but this is what it looks like. It doesn't have any pressed glitters in here. It just has mattes and metallics. The next one I have here is a popular palette from Colourpop. I'm trying not to blind you guys, but this is called the Brown Sugar Palette. And this one was discontinued, but it was loved by so many. I hear so many people talk about it to this day. But this is what the Brown Sugar Palette looks like. I actually have a look on my Instagram where I had used this palette. It was really nice, really easy to work with. The mattes blended out really nice. The metallics were really pretty. They're really soft. But this is a palette I would love to see them bring back, but they probably won't because at this point they have so many palettes and they keep releasing so many palettes. But this is a really pretty palette and it was a cult favorite. The next palette I have here is the Cloud Spun palette. And again, I'm showing you these little 9-pan palettes that I have in here. Well, I'm trying to keep them in order, but this is what it looks like. It's a really pretty pink palette. This one does have a pressed glitter there in the center. And I'm not really a fan of pressed glitters, but it does have it. I like to mention if these palettes have pressed glitters or not because I know a lot of people aren't a fan of them. And it has mattes and metallics in there as well. It's a really pretty color story if you are into pinks. The next one I have here is the Ooh La La palette, and this is definitely one of my favorites. I have got a lot of use out of this palette. Another 9-pan, but this is what the colors look like. You can tell I've definitely used it. This one I love. It doesn't have any pressed glitters in there. It's so easy to use, and it is a really pretty pink palette. Again, if you're a pink lover, this is called the Ooh La La palette. The next one I have here is the Lilac You A Lot, and this is a really pretty color story as well if you're into those purple tones. This one, and It's a Pleasure, is a really pretty mix of purples, but this is what it looks like. You have mattes and metallics and no pressed glitters. Really, really pretty. The next one I have here is the Strawberry Shake palette. And I'm really into these tones, these pinky tones, and I love the fact that it doesn't have any pressed glitters in there. It just has mattes and metallics. The next one I have here is the Cherry Crush palette, and it's very similar to the Strawberry Shake palette that I just showed you guys, but this is what it looks like. It has mattes and metallics, and it doesn't have any pressed glitters. The next palette I have here is the Sonic Bloom palette. I actually had picked this one up from Ulta and I got it on sale. I think I got it for $9 if I'm not mistaken, but this is what the packaging looks like. I haven't had a chance to play with this one yet. This one doesn't have any pressed glitters. It just has mattes and metallics. I really love the color story in here as well. This row is consisted only of those metallic shades. You do have a metallic up here and the rest of the shades are mattes. I'm sorry that it's blinding you guys. It does have that gold reflect. This is what these shades look like. Really, really pretty. I can't pronounce the name of this one, but this is what it looks like. I have all three of these palettes. I don't know if I've shown you guys the other ones or not, but this is one of them. And it is a 9-pan palette. It does have a pressed glitter right there in the center, and the rest of them are mattes and metallics. And it does have that gold background. I don't know if it's blinding you guys or not, but this is what it looks like. Really, really pretty color story. I don't mind pressed glitters. I can use them and stuff, but they do make me nervous. I'd have loved for this one to be in a different finish. Even more if it's like a creamy putty type, that would have been really nice. Even one of their Super Shock shadows, but really pretty color story. The next palette I have here is one of their bigger palettes. This one is called Lust for Dusk. Well, they're medium-sized palettes, not one of the huge ones. And it has really pretty mattes and metallics, and it doesn't have any pressed glitters. And I'm obsessed with this color story. I have got a lot of use out of this palette, and I really love it. I think it works out really nice. I love the color story. Really, really pretty. I'm not sure if you can get this one. If I was guessing, I think you can still get this one, but I'm not 100% sure. If you guys can see that, there definitely is a ladybug. There was like a ladybug like right here. Definitely a sign that I need to clean my drawers out. The next palette I have here, I put it inside out in the box, but this is the Powerpuff Girls palette. This was a really cute collab, and this is what the palette looks like. Super cute packaging. I love the Powerpuff Girls. I remember watching it when I was younger. This was like the thing, and this is what the palette looks like. It does have some pressed glitters in there, but it has a lot of metallic shades in there and really pretty fun mattes. This is a really pretty colorful palette. I love the packaging on it. Super fun, super cute, and I think you can still get this one. The next palette I have here, I'm afraid of saying it wrong, so I'm not going to say it, but this is like a tie-dye collection from Colourpop, and it came with 3 palettes. I do have all 3 of them. This is the first one that I had to show you. This palette does have pressed glitters. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it has pressed glitters. Just one, and then the rest are metallics, and you do have mattes. Again, this was the tie-dye collection. It's really pastel looking in my opinion, but this is what it looks like. And I'll go ahead and show you guys this one. I don't know if the other one is in here or not. It is. So we'll talk about this one next. This one is called Miss Bliss, and this is again the tie-dye collection. This is probably my favorite out of all 3 of them, but this is what it looks like. It's really peachy, pinky toned, and it does have a pressed glitter in there. The rest are metallics and mattes. And this one's called In a Trance. This is the last one in the collection. And I have used this one. This one was not my favorite quality-wise. I really struggled with the pigment on this. I guess because they're so pastel and they have like that cotton candy look. It was just really hard to show up. I had to keep going over it and over it. And it seems like the shadows faded really fast. And then this one right here at the top is really weird. It has like a really slick feeling. It's kind of like one of their Super Shocks, but it's not a good one in my opinion. I don't know. It just has that really slick feeling, and it is kind of like that blue shift. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Definitely not my favorite palette from Colourpop whatsoever. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about these since I showed that one just a little bit ago. I can't pronounce these, but this is what it looks like. This is the Warm Tone palette. I don't think this one has any pressed glitters in it, which I do like. This is a really strong warm tone palette. I know this has been a while since this one has come out, but around the time where everybody was obsessed with warm tones, I feel like they were just really late with this, because at that point that they was bringing this out, everybody was loving the cool tones. But this is what it looks like. Again, a strong warm tone palette, really pigmented, really pretty if you're still into warm tones. I love the packaging and the overall vibe of these little 3 palettes that they came out with. Super cute. And then the other one looks like this. And if you guys remember, just a little bit ago I talked about this one. This one, again, I cannot pronounce it. I'm not going to try to. I don't want to butcher it, but this is what the packaging looks like. And this one is super pretty. This is the cool tone palette. It does have that same packaging where it will glare and stuff. I love the colors of this. This is just a really unique cool tone palette, and it does have metallics and mattes. It doesn't have any pressed glitters in here. I will go ahead and get these out of the way. This is the Powerpuff Girls collection, and it has like these rollerball glosses like you had when you was like probably in grade school or something, but they wanted to be more like nostalgic, I guess the word is, and they brought something out like this. Super cute. When I had purchased the palette and stuff, I just ended up getting the whole collection. I got in a bad habit when Colourpop would release something. Instead of just getting that one thing, I would just go ahead and get the full collection. Along with that collection, it had the 3 shadow sticks. These are super pretty, and they made a color for like each girl. This is what they look like. The next palette I have here is the Hocus Pocus 2 collection, and this is called Witching Hour. I did show the first one in one of my previous collection videos, but this is what it looks like when you take it out of the box. And here's what it looks like on the inside. This one wasn't my favorite. I preferred the first Hocus Pocus collection, but it was a cute collab. I just think the color story was better in the first one, but that middle row is all metallics, and then the rest of them, the top row and the bottom row, is all mattes. Along with that collection in here, I do have like the stamp. This is the spider stamp. If you guys remember this one did not work out great. So literally what it is a pen, and it has like a spider print. You can do it on your face or your hand or wherever. The thing about this was it bled really bad, so that's what kind of ruined this one. The next palette I have here is the Tinkerbell palette. This one is called Sprinkle a Little Magic, and this is what the packaging looks like. This color story is so pretty. This is one of the best Disney collabs that they have come out with. I think they done the packaging really well, and the colors on the inside are really pretty, especially if you love green eyeshadow with blue tints. Really, really pretty. I feel like this is one that they done so well. I feel like they put a lot of effort into it, but this is what it looks like. It doesn't have any pressed glitters in here. It's all mattes and metallics. I think they picked the perfect mattes to go with the metallics. Really, really pretty. With the Tinkerbell collection, I do have the face products that they come out with. So these are like the Super Shock blushes. This one is called Darling, and this is the deeper shade. And then this one is called Happy Thoughts, and this is the one that's more so of a highlighter. I hope you guys can see that pretty well. And this one right here is the peachy shade. This one is called Magic Moon, and I love the packaging on these. These are super cute. Then I also picked up the Super Shock eyeshadows. I guess I can open these up for you guys. This one is called Never Grow Up. This was like in a little trio, but it is like full size and everything. And this one is like a metallic, like plummy shade, and this is what it looks like. This one is a pretty metallic green shade, and it's called Straight On Till Morning Metallic Green Shade. And this one's more like a pinky champagne shade. This one's called Fly to Your Heart. And this is what it looks like. This would be a really pretty everyday shade just for the lids. And I think you could even use this as a highlighter depending on your skin tone. And if you guys want a close-up, I don't think I showed it very well, but this is like what the blush packaging looks like compared to the Super Shock shadows. The next thing in that Tinkerbell collection was the eyeliners. So it had like a really pretty brown eyeliner and a pretty green. And this is what they look like. Packaging on it, super, super cute. I do have the Bretman Rock collabs. These are super old, but this is what it looks like. This is the wet palette. And this is what the palette looks like when you take it out. This is more of the cool tone palette. It has blues and a pretty pop of silver in here. And this is what it looks like. It doesn't have any pressed glitters in here. The next one I have here is the lip palette, and this one, again, it is the Bretman Rock collab, and it is more so of warm tones. Again, it is called the lip palette, and this is what it looks like. It has really rich warm tones. It has mattes, metallics, but no pressed glitters. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about this. This is the Nightmare Before Christmas collection. I showed the palette in one of my previous collection videos. Again, those are my previous videos on my channel if you guys want to check those out. But this is the sponge, so I will go ahead and show you guys really fast. I love like the Disney collabs, and most of the time I keep all the boxes to everything. But all this is the sponge that they come out with. This one is pretty hard. I said that when I opened it up and stuff, I'm not going to lie, but this is what it looks like. And then I have the Glitterly Obsessed from that same collection. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's really pretty. I do love the packaging on this stuff. This is a close-up of what the packaging looks like. And then here's what the Glitterly Obsessed looks like. It has a mix of like purple and blue. And I'm trying to show you guys, but I don't know if you can see it really well. These are really fun for like festivals or like really creative, dramatic looks. Or if you're into like really crazy Halloween makeup. The next things in the Nightmare Before Christmas collection are the lipsticks. So this one is Jack's, and this is what it looks like. I like the little ornament style packaging, but this is what the back looks like. So here is the packaging on Jack's lipstick, and his is a really deep red shade, and it does have like really cool embossments in it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. And here is Sarah's lipstick, and here is what the back looks like, and hers is a bright pink. Here is what the actual packaging looks like, and then here is the bright pink lipstick with the embossments. And then I love the fact that they made one for Oogie Boogie, and this is what the back looks like. Here's what the packaging looks like. And this one's more of a wearable everyday nude shade. It's like a peachy brownie nude. And then it has the eyeliners. These are like a pen eyeliner. So it has a black one and a white one. So this is what they look like, the box packaging. I'll go ahead and take one of them out to show you guys, but it's literally just a pen eyeliner. So this one is the black one, and the other one is just in white. And I like on the sides of them, if you guys can see, one of them says Scream Queen, and then the other one says Pumpkin King. I think that's all of the rest of the stuff that I have for the Disney The Nightmare Before Christmas collection, but the rest of this we will go ahead and go over. I showed you guys the Mara palette, but I also have the Soul palette. This again is an older palette, but I don't think they make this one anymore. This one doesn't have any pressed glitters, but it does have pretty metallic shades, and it does have mattes as well. So this is what this one looks like. Then I also have the Main Squeeze palette. This one is supposed to be like a red tone palette. It doesn't have any pressed glitters. It just has mattes and metallics, and this is what it looks like. The next one I have here is one of my favorites. This is the It's My Pleasure palette. It's really similar to the Lilac You A Lot palettes. I think this one, the Lilac You A Lot and the Ooh La La, those are just my color stories. I love the pinky purple tones in those palettes, and this palette as well, but this is what the packaging looks like. And here's what it looks like on the inside. It just has mattes and metallics and no pressed glitters. Really, really pretty. This is definitely one of my favorites, especially if you love purples. This is a must-have, and I'm pretty positive you can still get this one. We will go ahead and talk about the Super Shock shadows really fast. So I have this one called, well, I can't pronounce the name of it. I think it's Vila. This is what it looks like. It's like a copper tone, but it has pink glitter in it. Really, really pretty. This one is called Set to Stun. This one is so pretty. I've heard a lot of people rave about this shadow as well. It's definitely one of my favorites. I've used it a lot. I can't describe the color. It has like blue in it. It has pinky purple, like a red look. Super unique, and it flashes different colors when you have it on your eyes. This one I have used a lot. I've even hit pan on it. This one is called Cuteologist, and it's just a really pretty red creamy shade with gold glitter glitter in it. I like to use this all over the lid. It's super pretty. And then I have this one. This one is called Frog. I'm not going to open this one. It'll make a mess because it's broken. This is a cult favorite as well. This one is like a really pretty pink, but it has like blue and green sparkles in it. Super pretty, super unique. Definitely one of my favorites. Mine is broken. I can still use it and stuff, but I think I need a new one. And then the last Super Shock shadow that I have in this drawer is called Birthday Treat. I know you can't get this one anymore. This is like one, it was for some kind of special occasion with Colourpop. I can't exactly remember, but this is like a peachy shade with really pretty glitter in it. I hope you guys can see that pretty well. I love Super Shock shadows. They're definitely my favorite. They're so easy to work with. You can flop them on the lids, and depending on your skin tone, you can use them as blushes and highlighters. And then I have these little quads left in here. So this one is called Sorbet. This is what the packaging looks like. I'll go ahead and open it up for you guys, but this one has 2 metallics and 2 mattes. So this is what Sorbet looks like. This is a really good everyday palette. It's very wearable. I also have this one called Extra Toppings. And this one leans more pinky, but it has 2 mattes and 2 metallics. This one's called Peace, Love, and Libra, and it looks very similar to Extra Toppings. In my opinion, a little too similar. Like if I known that they were that close, I wouldn't have picked up both of them. But I think I might like this one a little bit better. This one is called Peace, Love, and Libra, and this is what it looks like. I hope you guys can see it well. And the last 2 I kept in the box. This drawer is so dirty. It needs wiped out so bad. But this one is the Never Taurus Apart. Or people say Taurus, but this is my sign. My birthday is in May. And of course, this is the green tone palette. Super pretty. I had to pick up my sign, but this is what it looks like. I love green eyeshadow. I think it's so flattering. But this one has 2 metallics and 2 mattes as well. And then the last one that I have is the Secret Life of a Scorpio. My husband's a Scorpio, so I had to pick this one up. But I was going to pick this one up anyway because I love the color story of this one. It's so pretty. If you're into those deep, rich tones, I think this is pretty for the fall time or just a night out. But this is what it looks like. It does have 2 metallics and 2 mattes. And here is a closer look of what it looks like. I think it's like rich berry tones. Really, really pretty. I love this matte right here to deepen it up. But other than that, that is everything. That is the last part to my Colourpop collection. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I just want to thank you guys so much for being here, liking, and commenting. It honestly means the world, and don't think that you guys go unnoticed because I truly see you, and I truly do appreciate each and every one of you. But I will be back very soon with another video. I'm so glad to have this series finished for you guys so you guys can watch them. I know when I watch like palette collections and stuff, and I see that there's one part, I'm so ready for the next part. I could just binge watch those videos all the time, but I will let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for being here again. But before you go, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell below so you're notified every time I upload a video. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.